In this era of late capitalism, the modern human's predicament resembles a confounding conundrum. A walk on the edge of purposelessness. We are encircled within a profound nihilistic state that has unmistakably shaped the 21st century. The screens that interpose themselves into our existence have drawn us nearer to different locations of the world and its inhabitants, but paradoxically, we find ourselves growing more alienated and disconnected. The grand spectacle of consumerism has successfully transformed our desires into commodities, relegating us to passive observers rather than active protagonists in the unfolding drama of our own lives. Nihilism, the deep philosophical void that has taken over our collective thoughts, has left us lost in a sea of indifference and hopelessness. We've drifted away from our purpose, and as Nietzsche predicted, the abyss stares right back at us. Today, the nihilistic individual struggles even more to gather the courage to get involved, to battle against the waves of mediocrity that could easily pull them under. Understand this: you can't let nihilism pull you in. Our current situation isn't because we're inherently flawed as humans, it's not a defect in our very nature, it's a consequence of the world we have constructed. It's a byproduct of a socio-political and economic system that encourages us to be passive consumers of images and commodities, all while it systematically erodes our ability to think critically and take active control of our lives. We've got to confront this head-on, not as a personal failing but as a collective challenge that needs our daily dedication. We've got to use the mental toughness we've cultivated with rigorous physical and mental activity to analyze the situation, to tear it apart, and to find solutions. This might sound impossible, but remember, it's in these very challenges that we find our true strength. The difference between a coward and a hero is not how they perceive a challenge but on how they act. The hero is as scared as the coward, but nonetheless he acts. We can't let the system win. As we go on, it is essential to understand the Platonic concept of knowledge and power. In the allegory of the cave, Plato underlined the transformative potential of knowledge. The prisoners in the cave, who see only shadows on the wall, represent the ignorant masses living in the surface of reality. The man, who escapes the cave and gains access to the world of forms, is the one who possesses knowledge and, subsequently, power. This concept resonates deeply in our current situation. Knowledge is not a passive accumulation of facts and information but an active force that enables individuals and societies to break free from the confines of their intellectual and moral prisons. Knowledge empowers us to challenge the moral and power dynamics of the world, question the prevailing narratives, and see beyond the superficial veneer of reality. In a world where information is controlled, manipulated, and commodified, the quest for true knowledge becomes an act of resistance. However, knowledge alone is insufficient. Power is the lever that transforms knowledge into agency. All of your quest to seek knowledge won't mean a thing if you can't summon the mental and physical fortitude to put that knowledge into motion. The knowledge that, when wielded with purpose and determination, has the power to illuminate the path out of the cave and into a world of greater meaning and purpose. Practically what I mean by knowledge is this: in your pursuit of your goals where already you are in an uphill battle, you do not have the luxury to not know a piece of knowledge when the occasion arises. In these uphill battles, ignorance is not bliss. Whether it's in the military, coding, language learning, electrical work, basic chemistry, or any other field, the luxury of ignorance is a luxury you simply cannot afford. For example, in a revolution, ignorance can be fatal. Whether it's understanding the intricacies of a mission plan, operating sophisticated equipment, or applying medical techniques under stress, a lack of knowledge can have destroyed all your progress. The connection between knowledge and power is intricate and ever-changing, affecting all aspects of our lives. To grasp this connection, we need to examine how they interact and affect one another. Knowledge is not something that stays the same, but rather a dynamic and ever-changing force. It gets influenced by the viewpoints, interests, and intentions of those who possess it. In this way, knowledge is never neutral. It's always connected to power dynamics. Those who control how knowledge have the ability to shape stories, define what's real, and influence how the public These things, mass media, educational institutions, and modern information technologies serve as the gatekeepers of knowledge today, and they have significant influence in determining what we learn. And, as a result, what we come to believe. When knowledge is controlled by a small group, it can be wielded as a means of control. This is evident in the era of surveillance capitalism, where both technology companies and governments have access to vast amounts of information about individuals. The relationship between knowledge and power is also noticeable in the sphere of politics and governance. Elected officials and those in positions of authority have power, and they frequently use knowledge to maintain their authority. They shape the narrative, define issues, and strategically use information to strengthen their positions. To unlock the possibilities of knowledge and power, we need to be on a relentless pursuit to knowledge and power. We should acknowledge that those trying to uphold their authority may try to hide the truth, manipulate information, and encourage ignorance. It is a shared duty to examine, question, and explore alternative knowledge sources. It's through this vigilant pursuit that knowledge can empower ourselves.